G'day and welcome to this edition of the COLAC Herald Sports Mash. Beside me, Ben Martin. How's it going?
It's going well.
Myself, Lachlan, Cowlishaw. A huge edition, a bumper edition of the Sports Mash. Heaps of stuff to get through. Let's kick it off with some big events that happened in COLAC, Ben.
That's right. Let's not muck around. We had the Run COLAC and we had the Kona Odyssey at the weekend. So there's plenty to do around COLAC at the weekend. We'll kick it off with the Run COLAC. We had around 300 people come along and they raised $7,000 for the COLAC area health. So that's great news. For Run COLAC organisers, Craig Davis was the fastest man to finish in the 10-kilometre event. He's actually training for triathlons. He's heading over to London later this year, so well done to Craig. He finished in 35 minutes, which is a pretty good time for a 10-kilometre run.
Quick.
It's about 4 minutes quicker than last year's winner, Jim Enor. Beng So was the 5-kilometre men's winner, and in the women's 10K, Emma Mackay, former COLAC netballer, she finished the 10K the fastest, while Rhonda Moralia was the 5K women's winner. We'll go straight into Kona Odyssey now. That was also a very popular event out at Forest. The 100-kilometre, 50-kilometre and 15-kilometre mountain bike marathon rides. The big winners were Chris Jonga-Ward and Renata Boucher in the 100-kilometre races there. They attracted about 1,800 riders, not to mention the crowd, so it was pretty jam-packed out at Forest. Lots to see and do. Lachlan.
Thank you. Now let's get stuck into the tennis. Some big events there, no doubt. And so there was a big win in the tennis. The Polwarth teams, there was 3 teams, 2 men's and 1 women's. They contested Country Week down at Wodonga, or up at Wodonga rather. And the B3 section men came away with the win. That was Richard White, Neville Towers, Ryan Towers and Lyndon Goodman. He was a bit of an ace up the sleeve. I think he played quite well. So well done to those boys on winning their Country Week title. In Saturday Polwarth A-grade tennis, Warncourt defeated Kawarren 6-3, 48-35. Pennyroyal defeated Barwon Downs 7-2, 50-23. And Forest defeated Biak 7-3, 46-36. Let's wander over to the COLAC Lawn Tennis Club now, down at the Church Street courts. They had a junior teams event and the results were as follows. Red Barons defeated Green Grinches 11-9, 93-88, and Blue Tongue Lizards defeated Yellow Monkeys, probably my favourite team name, 11-7, 79-66. And in the seniors, Tom Enor won Section 1 and Tim Keese was too good in Section 2. Ben.
Straight into the bowls news now. The final round of Corangamite Bowls Division's Saturday pennant action at the weekend. So we've got our finals team set. We've got COLAC, we've got City, Winchelsea, and we've got last year's premiers, Camperdown. So well done on those teams on making the finals. So it's pretty interesting results at the weekend. City, which was holding top spot heading into the final round, has now finished second. COLAC has clinched the minor premiership. They defeated City at the weekend to Ringsall 94-77. Noel Patch, the skipper for COLAC, had a lot to do with that. He defeated Stuart Trigg 28-12, while Dan Donovan also had a win for COLAC. For City, Peter Ingles and Jack O'Dowd got rinks back for their team. Special mention to City skipper Ian Johnson, who won the West Coast Region Champion of Champions event on Sunday. Well done.
Too good.
Well done, John.
Too strong.
He is unstoppable. Speaking of finals teams, Winchelsea, they finished third following their 3-1 win against Camperdown Golf, 97-90 at Camperdown. Camperdown Golf was another one of those teams pushing for finals, but unfortunately did not make the cut. The next game now. Let's continue to talk about finals teams. Camperdown heads into finals in winning form. They defeated Central at COLAC to Ringsall 110-103, so probably a little bit closer than they would have hoped, but they did say that green can be a little bit tough to acclimatise to. The next game now, the coastal clash between Apollo Bay and Lawn. Apollo Bay took the points in the final round. They defeated Lawn, who unfortunately will get relegated back to Division 2. They lost 4 rinks to none, 112-73 to Apollo Bay. So a great season to Lawn. They had a good crack this year, but all the best to them back in Division 2 next year. The final game for the weekend, Simpson defeated Cobden. Simpson just capped off a stellar run post-Christmas. They won 3 rinks to none. They shared that final rink. And Simpson won 121-84, so well done to Simpson on capping off a good run, but unfortunately didn't do enough to make finals. Lachlan.
Thank you very much, Ben. Now, a bit of cricket to get through before the COLAC Herald Sports of the Week. Get excited for that. Here we go. Warrior versus Stonyford is our first game. Stonyford made 9 for 347. What a big score that was. Joe Dare 83, Lincoln Dare 58, Matt Boyd 48 not out, Dominic Dare 42, Levi Dare 36 and Mick Raffanello 23 not out. I had to mention all those guys. Big total. Darren Murrell, the leg spinner for Warrior, 7 for 135. He toiled very hard all day. Well done, and he'll get some cricket star bonus points. The next game, Illawarra versus Colac West. Illawarra posted 7 for 216 at Illawarra Recreation Reserve. Jack Cole 65, Leighton Hart 46 and Dave Jackson 56 not out. Dale Menzies 5 for 61, the chief destroyer there. He's got 30 wickets for the season, if you don't mind. City United versus Elvie is the last game. City United made 145, another tough day on the park for them. Matt Nelson had 21 runs, while Andre Di Lorenzo 4 wickets, Chris Hickey 3 wickets, Tim McKay 2 wickets, and Jared Hickey chimed in with a wicket at the end. So those matches set up for some exciting finishes next week. Junior cricket final started in the under-16s. City United Gold took on Elvie. City United Gold posted 9 for 167, with Luke Ingles 57 the top scorer. Elvie's Cade Parker had 3 for 34 in that match. Wraps up this Friday, as does Deans Marsh versus Stonyford. Deans Marsh 5 for 171. Roy Armistead 56 retired, and for Stonyford, Paul Boyd took 2 for 55. Now it's time for our favourite part of the show. It's been a bumper show, the COLAC Herald Sportsman of the Week. There's a lot of big sports going out there, but we've chosen a particular runner, Ben, and who is it?
We're giving it to Craig Davis, the winner of the Run COLAC 10-kilometre event, particularly just because he did mention at the weekend that it was just a bit of a training run. He is training flat knacker. He's trained 2 times a week for these triathlons. He's just gotten into them recently in the past year, I think, Loch.
Yep.
And he's heading over to London in September to contest, represent Australia in our international championship. So all the best to Craig. He finished the Run COLAC 10k run in 35 minutes. So what is that like? It's a kilometre.
It's just so quick.
It's very quick.
Hard to work out because it's so quick.
Well done to Craig, and all the best to him at the Worlds later this year.
Well done, Craig, and well done, Ben. From Ben and I, that's it for this week. Make sure you tune in next week. We'll see you then.
Bye.